Hey folks, today is Friday, November 7th, 2025. As usual, my name is Jake Baldino, here to talk about all the video game news that has been going on this week. And the first thing is we got a massive, big new update for Grand Theft Auto 6. Coming from Rockstar Games officially, Grand Theft Auto 6 has been delayed to next November. So Grand Theft Auto 6, as you probably remember, was originally given a release window officially from Take-Two, the publisher, of fall 2025, which is roughly now. Then it was announced that it was delayed and got a full date of May 26th, 2026, which was definitely by a lot of folks taken as a realistic release date. Also, it was easy to remember, and as someone who is bad at remembering dates, I'm glad I finally had that one locked in, but now it has been delayed and pushed further into next year. November 19th, 2026 is now officially the release date. So at the very least, it seems like for people dying for Grand Theft Auto 6, dude, you're not going to get it until a year from now. Yeah, so delays happen, and I also think this one, it didn't really come as a huge surprise because Rockstar games are often delayed. People point to Red Dead Redemption 2 having pretty significant delays, multiple announcements. It's been a thing for Rockstar for a long time. It happens with a lot of games, but there is actually a bit more context to this one, specifically around what their thinking was. Of course, Take-Two, the publisher, head there, Strauss Zelnick, did do an interview with IGN, kind of explaining the situation, saying, "We wanted to give Rockstar the appropriate amount of time to polish the title and make sure it can be the very best it can be." With this release date, he said that he is highly confident that this is the release date. He did also, in similar words, say that last time around, so keep that in mind. He said, and I quote, "I'm highly confident, and at the same time, there have been limited circumstances where more time was required to polish a title and make sure that it was a spectacular one, and that time has been well spent. When our competitors go to market before something was ready, bad things happen. That said, I'm highly confident on the new date." So I like that he threw a little shade to other developers that kind of rush their games out the door. But look, they've done it before with different games, so relax. But he also said basically what Rockstar said in their statement when they put it out on social media: polish. They want to make the game as good as it can be, with obviously the massive expectations. It's understandable. There's also stuff around this where Rockstar recently laid off roughly 30 people, and now allegations are coming out about Rockstar essentially union busting. This is what is being alleged through reports like Bloomberg and BBC. Rockstar claiming that these employees, some of them very long-time employees, I believe like 18 years or so, were leaking confidential secrets on a Discord. But, a lot of people are saying, and these sources are saying and alleging that the Discord was really around organizing for union action. Of course, they're going to say that it's not related to that, but we don't know. We don't know where this is going to end up. I think union or non-union, it is interesting that there have been these layoffs. These people, it seem like a lot of them are significant developers. Is that going to slow things down? I think that's the question a lot of people are asking. Who knows? But yeah, that's where it's at now. Officially, the big thing, November 19th, 2026. For GTA 6. Also, Dan Houser, recently, former Rockstar co-founder and writer of a lot of great Rockstar games, did do an interview with Lex Friedman on the Lex Friedman podcast, and I do recommend it. It's a really good, long listen. He goes in depth on the process, the history of a lot of Rockstar games, the making of Red Dead and stuff like that. It's a good listen. He also talked a little bit about Grand Theft Auto, and when asked why these games are so big, he cited that, they take their time. They don't rush these games, and there's a massive gap of time between them. He's saying that's what keeps the series special, and I do agree. I think with a lot of things, obviously we put out videos every day. I put out videos on the internet constantly, but I still am a big fan of quality over quantity. And Rockstar takes that approach, and it works for me. It seems to be working for a lot of other players, but yeah, that's where this is at. Again, long diatribe aside, November 19th, 2026 is hopefully the final real actual release date. But whatever, take your time, make it good, guys. The way I look at it, I have enough games to catch up on for my entire life, so I can wait a little longer. Now, next up, let's talk about the sponsor of this video, all right? It's boot.dev. I'm really excited to talk about them. This is fun because boot.dev understands that learning programming online can be kind of boring. So they made it a game. They straight up gamified it. Yes, they made learning programming a video game. They got a bunch of different courses. Python, Go, JavaScript, Linux. But all these courses are intuitive and interactive. They walk you through the process and you learn by doing, like by actually being hands-on with these concepts. But like I said, it's all designed around kind of being a video game, and it sort of feels like an RPG. Do well and you earn EXP and you level up. If you mess up, you take a hit to your armor rating. There's potions for EXP boosts. There's a bunch of different stats tracked that you can look up. There's also a really solid dedicated community on Discord. The reality with learning programming, and boot.dev definitely acknowledges this, is that it takes time. You got to put the work in, so why not enjoy the process like a game? Make it feel like you're kind of grinding out a JRPG or going on a side quest or main quest. It's cool, and boot.dev as a platform is always updating. New features, new things to do, community boss battles, there's a lot. I've said this in the past, but I find learning this stuff very, very difficult, but with boot.dev, I've been getting along just fine because it's fun, so I've gotten a little hooked on it. It's also great because of how it's built. A lot of the little help tips and little objective things just feel like video game industry in-jokes, like it just understands the world of video games. I just love a good video game reference, and boot.dev really gets it. So believe it or not, there's like a demo. You can go to boot.dev, get started, start some courses for free. Then when you're there, you can use code gameranx to get 25% off your first payment of boot.dev. Again, all you got to do is click the link in the description down below, get going for free, and use code gameranx for 25% off your first payment. So go have fun, go learn something, and big thanks to boot.dev for sponsoring this video. Now back to it. Now, speaking of equally as important and devastating delays to me personally, Terminator 2D has been delayed. You know, this is the retro style 2D Terminator game that is like on my most anticipated list. I've talked about this one quite a bit. This has actually been delayed a fair amount of times. The most recent delay was to November 26th. I was gearing up to play this on like a long Thanksgiving holiday weekend, but now it has been pushed one last time to December 12th. Look, I say if that's fine, like if you guys think the game is good enough, great, put it out then, but there's no rush. Make it good. Terminator is forever. I will love Terminator forever. If you got to delay it to next year, that's fine too. But that's the newest update. I wanted to bring that up because I've talked to some people who were also looking forward to this, and that announcement kind of flew under the radar. Next up, the PlayStation Portal actually got an update. This bad boy right here. Yes, I'll always show off my PS1 classic version. It got an update essentially letting you stream games directly to the portal, which is something it should have been doing in the first place. But now you're able to stream select PS5 games directly onto your portal. You have to have PlayStation Plus Premium, it seems, but I think this is a good addition to this device. From them, quote, PlayStation Plus Premium members can now stream select digital PS5 games from their own library, with thousands of PS5 games supporting cloud streaming, including blockbusters such as Astrobot, Borderlands 4, Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, Fortnite, Ghost of Yotei, Grand Theft Auto 5, and Resident Evil 4. Also, according to them, hundreds of compatible games from the PlayStation Plus game catalog and classics catalog. They've also updated a couple of things here and there, including the UI, which I think makes a big difference. I think this device just got stronger. Instead of it just being a, remote play device, the streaming makes sense. I think the big question is to see how many games support it. And again, it is relegated to PlayStation Plus Premium, but yeah, just wanted to point this out. Next, and some cool news worth checking out. All the stuff I talk about, of course, is linked in the description down below. This is credit where credit is due. Great reporting by IGN here, who got the scoop on Dantes Inferno 2, the canceled game. Things have come out about it here and there over the years. We've known about it, but here IGN has like a bunch of screenshots, concept art, storyboard, and they got their hands on a script. So you get all the details on this Dantes Inferno 2 if you want to read into it. It was Dantes Inferno 2 Purgatorio, and it just looks sick. From the main character to some of the boss and enemy designs, environment stuff they show here. It looks like a good follow-up to the original, which of course, if you don't remember, was Visceral Games' kind of God of War-like game, but you were Dante as a Templar Knight doing Kratos-style attacks on monsters of hell and shit. It was really, really cool for the time. Yes, it felt a little bit like a God of War copycat, but it was a damn good one. It's set on Mount Purgatory, and apparently, according to this report, like the developers were really going for less of an arcadey thing like the first one and like the God of War feel. They were trying to make it less arena-based and more going for an adventure. Like I said, this report is comprehensive. It breaks down a ton, so you should definitely check it out. I love hearing about canceled games. I mean, it hurts because we could have, like I want to play it, but still, it's good to get information of what could have been. Also, check it out. Original Fallout Fallout co-creator Tim Kaine went on record about video game prices. Tim Kaine, if you don't know, has a YouTube channel. It's a very good YouTube channel. I've been subscribed for a long time. He talks about game design, the game industry, and it's good to get perspective from someone who's been around so long in the industry and like from the developer side. Some of the content is like not spicy. It's not like watching a Mr. Beast video or anything like that, but it's good information and opinions from a knowledgeable guy. But PC Gamer picked this up. Essentially, Tim Kaine did talk in a recent video about how digital distribution, games going all digital, how that has affected the actual price of video games. Quote, digital is cheaper. It's cheaper for everybody. It's less cost all around. In theory, prices should have dropped, but they didn't. Those cost savings for being digital, those should have been passed on to consumers. They didn't. The argument I hear is, well, costs were rising in development, so they were balanced. I don't think they were balanced. So he's saying that buyers, could have seen the cost savings from the switch to digital, but they didn't. And the publishers essentially have been pocketing that money. But on the flip side, he also does say this. He says, digital probably is the reason games have resisted matching inflation. I've said this before. I bought games for $59 in the 90s. That would have been a really expensive game these days. And these were standard games for like Super Nintendo. He goes deeper into like the cost of goods and a lot of stuff. So, read PC Gamer's report on his words or just watch his video. It's interesting whether you agree or disagree. The perspective is pretty cool. Next up, linked below, some cool game trailers for this week, some things you might have missed. Check out this trailer for Darwin's Paradox. This is Konami publishing a cool kind of quirky indie octopus game. We've known about this for a while, but this is definitely the best look at this game so far. Next, check out Drownlight. Dude, this is right up my alley. This to me looks a lot like Frostpunk, but with like a lighthouse. It's post-apocalyptic, everybody's living on the water, and you build civilization and take people in around a lighthouse, and that is cool as hell. I have wishlisted this, and on Steam I signed up for the playtest because this is right up my alley. Also, Animal Crossing is getting a Switch 2 update and some free content updates, better visuals, more online play, more goodies, and that's coming early next year. Also, we got a gameplay look at Screamer. This is an arcade racing game, and it is a revival of a classic arcade racing franchise. Not a lot of people knew that, but this looks super awesome. I love these types of games. I think Blur fans need something these days, so this might scratch that itch. Also, just a really damn good idea, check out Warhammer Survivors. This is essentially, if you played Vampire Survivors, it's that, but with Warhammer characters, both classic Warhammer and Warhammer 40k. You get the best of both worlds, and it's just a little sprite-based, crazy addictive game. It's built off the Vampire Survivors engine specifically, and it looks very much in the same vein, and it's right up my alley. I can't take another addictive game like this, just crazy little addictive game. Between this, Megabonk, and Ball X Pit, there's been a lot lately. Check those out if you haven't. But also, if we're talking about games, new game releases this week. We talked about Arc Raiders last week. That seems to be going strong now. But releasing this week, Hyrule Warriors Age of Imprisonment on Nintendo platforms. If you're looking for more of that, these games aren't for everybody, but this seems to be the best reviewed so far. It seems like people are really digging this one. Also, for my European bros, Football Manager 26. And last but certainly not least, Dispatch has been rolling out, and it's been good. I've been playing through the episodes, and I'm pleasantly surprised. I am enjoying it quite a bit. It feels like a new Telltale game. It feels like Telltale is back, and you love to see it. I also got to interview some of the leads behind the game. If you want to check that out, that's going to be on the Friends Per Second podcast I do. That's going to go up this weekend on SkillUp's YouTube channel. But we got plenty more coming out in November, from like Call of Duty to Where Winds Meet, so keep your eyes peeled for stuff like that. Let me know what you think in the comments about the news from this week. The Grand Theft Auto 6 delay. Can you live? Can you not live another day without it? Let's talk. What do you think about the potential alleged union busting stuff going on there? What do you think about Tim Kaine's thoughts on video game prices and the update to the PlayStation Portal? Is that something you care about? Do you use this thing? Let's talk about anything video games down in the comments. I want to hear what you guys think about the news. You can yell at us down there in the comments. We'll be there as much as possible, but if you want to find me directly and yell at me, just look up Jake Baldino on YouTube and social media. I got to get back to work, so thank you very much for listening. If you like what I do here, I just get you caught up on the news every single week, every Friday, forever now, for over a decade. Clicking the like button helps me. I appreciate it, but that's it. All I ask of you now, I've asked enough. Just have a great weekend. Be safe. I'm Jake Baldino. Pizza's on me. See ya.